You know what I love the most is the fact when it comes into business locations, connected to all level systems, seeing everything line center interference, all through list locations. It's amazing when you come into higher positions, right? Especially with Alliance and everything, the GFLs, where Veronica comes in position. She knows exactly what's going to happen with the avatar, but she doesn't understand position integration of its future. Highline center position to its locations, truly understand all levels of view through track line conditions. So it's a very powerful class. I don't want anybody to miss this. We will start at 10:30. I really want to get into high level system. Try to understand, is 10 better for you or is 10:30? Let me know after class. All right. So I know when to be here. Okay. So either could be from 10:30 to 11, 10:15, whatever is best suits for you. Okay. We all started off at 9, but 9 is too early. You got to get your kids to the school. I understand that. I really don't want you to miss classes when you go to higher levels. Okay. Today, this particular class is going to be really interesting. Veronica's already aware of this. Founders of Light went through activation system. When I changed his binary set, he went, wow, what just happened? Well, lights go on. Today, lights go off. Do I have your attention? Lights are going to go off. Everything your body line center is going to shut off. All right. So a position, it's just a program. It's a simulation line center. We'll go 5, 10 minutes locations, understand the altitude levels, the actual line center location of space, application to its position location center line to its cubical line interference in program setting of a metric line lock locations. So it's truly understanding where you come into program setting where you have to ask yourself, well, if I'm trapped in high division, how do we get out of the equation? This is understand that when you reach higher levels, you come nothing but shapes of intelligence. So all position locations, what if somebody takes over your light? What if somebody takes over your program? What if somebody takes over your heart position locations? What if somebody takes you through a shape position? You have to understand these things through calculations. So everybody's going to fall through sequence. All operations going to shut down. Okay. You're not going to be traveling. You're going to be falling. Okay. So this is very powerful what we're going to do today. Now, what's going to happen, how the sequence is going to be set up is basically we're going to set up a dimensional wormhole. It's all business line connections, all in calculations, right? So what's going to happen, you're going to fall, okay, about 50-meter line center. Now, 50-meter line center is space line rotation positions. You're going to travel 10,000 line center per second, all right? Frequency interference position, atmosphere line rotation. So when you're falling, you're extremely going, right? But you're going to be going, right? So it's amazing how you travel through space when you fall through line center rotations. You guys have to understand it's all position of the mind. You have to understand all position location of the soul. So what's going to happen today after you go through that dimensional time lock, it's going to swirl you into all levels of your cubical line center. Now I'm going to open up all operation line center rotation interference to each number sequence. Each number sequence is going to have its box system location to its cubical line center. You guys are going to be stored in that position locations. You're going to be stored in communication line centers, and you're going to be stored into its maze. Now, what's going to happen now? Lights are going to go out. Now, in position locations, high level systems, you're going to really understand how powerful it is to have all levels of your soul. A lot of people don't know what the soul is. Well, today you're going to find out. So it's true to understand you're going to be separated from your souls. You have to find your soul. I'm going to store your soul in another position locations in the box center of its maze. It's your job to find it through telepathy. Each door records in the timeline centers is going to have a different clocking locations. You're going to have floors go up and down. You're going to have windows going this way. You're going to have doors going that way. You're going to have floors going up. You're going to have floors going down. You're going to have no clocking system. Especially when General Lotus comes in, he's not going to be able to use his clocking system because he uses it every single time through his Merkaba. So this is Trinity standing. This is life. This is what it's all about. Perfect example in position locations. You guys saw Shawshank Redemption, right? Remember that scene where basically pretty close to the end where Andy was talking to Red and he was saying, listen, we got to look at the fact that there's hope. And Red says, what do you mean hope? Well, you got to basically keep on living or keep on dying. Get busy living, get busy dying. And then we got to look at that signal location. So that's all you live on Highline Center in visitor locations. So the flux capacitor line connections, all levels of space-time. Everything through its clocking system. Space-time clocking. Space-time clocking. That's all it is. That's all we live in. We live in a 12 line center of emotional track locations, and we live on 24 hours. What do you do with that pattern, rotation, interference? So this is all about vortex of dimensions of times, changing patterns in your calculations. What do you do to change your pattern? What do you change to change your program? What do you do to change your coloration light connections? What do you do when you travel through extra time? You only have 24 hours. What do you do in your time? The more you understand that through connections. Now, I love my granola bars. This is a granola bar, okay? Now, I don't eat them every day. I eat them every other day. But why is it? That's my choice. That's my time. So if I want to change what I eat, what does it do? It changes space, time, and its clocking to its connection right away, right? So it's all about understanding that I can add something to this. I can add some yogurt and maybe some blueberries or maybe some raspberries or maybe some raisins to this in a bowl. Now, that's a different variety. Now, one day I have this, the next day I'll have something else. But what am I doing? What am I doing if I'm changing frame? I'm making my vibration feel better. I'm making my body through my vibrations feel better. You have to understand every time you eat, you're eating through positions of the soul of its avatar. You're not eating the physical line center. It's the perception that opens up all line center locations. Your soul is the most important thing. So every time I eat a granola bar, every time I change the position locations, I'm changing space and time to its clocking, through its travel, through its activation, through its intelligence, right? This is the true understanding. What you guys have to understand why it's so important. I've been drinking water every day because you need it for travel, right? You never know what's going to happen. But what if I stop drinking water? Is it positive or negative? Think about it. Is it positive or negative? How is water good for you to understand? You need water to travel. That's why we put you guys in 70% position locations, how to go through acceleration line conditions. It strips its system to electrical line center. It operates position locations of your flux capacitors of space time to its preceding line interference to its clocking line locations. It's true to understand why you have to have water. Now, just because you don't have water one day and you have water the next day, that's totally fine. But then you go back into your pattern. Everybody has a rhythm. Everybody has a program. Everybody has a category of their system. You get up every morning and you only have 24 hours. What do you do in your 24 hours? How important is it for you to understand you through body of vibration? That's a true understanding. That's the problem with everybody because they consume too much knowledge of mistrusting their systems. Every single time you want to have variety in your life, you want to bring things up, you want to expand through explosion. That's what you want through manifestations. Now, I got a lot of high energy, right? But it's affecting you. It's affecting everything around this room. It's affecting everything outside this room. It's affecting everywhere around the global system of the space-time of its clocking system. The conceptual line center, my mind travels so fast it makes your head spin 10,000 time line center locations at 1 second per second location. Now that's extremely fast. Getting the clocking system is extremely important. Understanding space of view, understanding timing of view is even more important. Every time you change your program, you're changing your system of vibration inside. It's important you understand how to get these things through activation, okay? So, like I said, if I have a granola bar every single day and all of a sudden, I want to change my program. What do I want to do now? So I'm going to add something to it. So you're adding frame. But what are you doing to your system? Is it good or bad? Is it bad or good, right? So it's all about understanding how to get into calculations of how important it is to have the soul inside you, right? I had to go through these things. You have to go through these things. And it was a learning lesson for me, I'll tell you, especially when I had the BR line 7 communications, 8,000 track locations. So that was 8,000 line per second on high level rotations of a 24-hour clocking line center to shape position locations, calculation modifications to triangle line interference to its Bach line center times pi times square, calculation modifications to its high line center to all position to a blend line connection. In calculation, I fell. They threw me out of a teleportation unit. They shut me off. I had to figure this out myself, how to get back online, how to put my clocking back online, how to reconnect my heart-line center, how to involve myself through the mind-line center rotation in position to come back into space-time. Okay? So in calculations, it's mostly important why you have to appreciate yourself more inside through vibration, because that's all you live. You have 24-hour sequence of emotions and everything through 24-hour clocking system. That's all you live on every single day. How much do you want to change yourself inside? Do you want a high rise or do you want a low rise? It's up to you. So life is about balance. That's all it is, right? Whoa, whoa. All right. So that's a true understanding, right? Drink your lots of water because that's all you're going to have. Everything's going to be shut down. So again, you got 10, 15 minutes to go through simulators. Operation signal to location connections, how to understand how powerful it is, what your mind is to the conceptual line center to its soul. All right. Now, I'm going to line signal locations, everybody. All position to its locations. How's everybody doing? I went through back force line center. Okay, so we got this. Is how I'm going to do it. Okay, I'm just going to count how many line centers we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wow. Expansion 12, 3 Okay, so I'm going to put 30 line centers, box locations. All right, so I'm going to set up all box sequences. Okay, so you guys are going to fall 50 line center of space, 10,000 line per second on a 12 rotation interference of a clocking system of 24 line center location. Now, when you fall, you're going to fall extremely fast. But when you see yourself, it's kind of like you're stopping space and you're like, whoa, because there's the gravity, you're zero gravity and you're floating, right? And then it's going to go, whoa, and then you go, and then you go, whoa, and then you go, and then you go, whoa, and you go, that's space. That's exactly what happens in space. It's altitude in your level line rotation to atmosphere location conditions. I had to figure out all levels of the altimeter. I had to figure out all levels of weather. I had to figure out all levels of clocking. I had to figure out all levels of my light. I had to figure out all levels of my heart. Right? That's how Veronica's aware of these things. She's prepared. Right? But she doesn't know what's going to happen next. So that's the integration of the pattern where you have to understand the cycle of interference and how space and time works when it comes in the vortex communication of its cycle line interference position to all of calculation, especially when you're falling from the sky, right? I don't know if you know this, but there's a little exercise where people are afraid of falling. Well, knowing that, oh, I've got your back, just fall back, It's kind of like you fall back. It's like, whoa. I don't feel I'm ready. I don't feel I'm ready to be catched. I'm not ready. My body's not ready. My mind's not ready. My heart's not ready. I'm not ready to do this. That's totally fine. You're not ready. When you're ready, you'll fall, and somebody will always, always catch you. Now, that's very powerful when you think about that. And then you realize, wow, this is great, a safety net, right? That's what we have to do is understand how powerful it is when you get trapped in the mind of where the soul is. Because the true understanding is the soul is everything to its condition of its perceptions. And that's why you can't move forward in life is because your soul is trapped in space-time. Okay? All right. So let's get started. I'm really happy here. Okay, so I set up these simulators. You got program line center interference position locations. Galactic Force communication line centers, GFL's oppositions to rebellion. Put the magnification core line center, set position location, program setting, communication line centers, X line center locations, high position to connections, high position locations. Set up machine line center rotation interference location, high line center connection formation. All right, so calculation modification is signals. Let's go through high line conditions here. All right, so basically this is what's going to happen. You're going to see a dark sky line center. Now, we're going to center off position locations. All right, so this is what's going to happen. All sequence line interference. So we got 30 line per rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so we got 20 line views, line over interference. In position, that's everybody right now. See that? It's setting up through operation, right? Getting calculation, medication, what's going on with my computer, what's going on with the mind, what's going on with the soul, what are we doing today, right? So my digital pad has to know, my computer has to know, and everything in this room has to know what I'm doing through the mind on a constant level system. It's the location conditions at all level of rotation. So we aim as positions, all right? Now we're going to set up a cyclone line center like this in locations. You guys are going to fall through it, right? Now, when you fall through it, one signal line center is going to go one position locations, one at a time, right? It's all in sequence line center to your vibration line interference, okay? Everybody's at a different vibration to a gap line center to binary code line condition interference position location to clock line center connections. All right, so here we go, right? So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, so you guys are all in. You're all in now. Okay, so you're falling 50 line center rotation interference. So you're going right? And you just whoa, right? So you keep going and going and going and going and going and going into position locations, right? Now, y'all come through, 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 right? So you're all in, all right? So go on to the next frame. So all understanding position, location, line connections, all right? So once we get in that position, okay, so you're coming out of positions from here. This changes rotation interference. Cyclone line center coming out of its tube line center, coming into another port location like that, right? So you're all in this position locations, waiting on my command. Program setting, run program sequence to its line interference. All right, so this is what's going to happen. You're going to vortex line in position locations, all right? Now, after that, you're going to go into all levels of box sequence location, right? So you're going to be in a vortex chamber, all right? Now, this is really exciting. You have to pay attention to this. All right, allocate position of time center, okay? Here we go. All right, all through, right? Let's eliminate the light center. All right, y'all through, right? Okay, so you go through another portal in position locations. All right, remember, you have no clocking system. Everything's shut down. All right, so now you're going to synchronous interference line position locations, high level connections. I have to do this extremely fast because you're all falling. Okay, so in position, you come out of high line center. Okay, you have to know what it's like to actually pay attention on what's happening with you, how everything can be shut down and back on line center in position locations. If you want to be out of program, just say end program and you go back to position. Okay, there's no right or wrong here. I just want to show you how powerful it is of what can happen when things can shut off to that position. That's what life is all about. You get into traps situations, you get lost in connections. So you have to understand how to get out of these equations, right? It's all about how to understand the mind of its conception of its interference, right? Because it comes into a lot of ignorance and it connects to all levels of its ego. And you can't get out of the situation because why? Because you don't know how. But the mind is all knowing. Okay, it's the circumference of all position to comfort line center to all space time of travel through its clocking locations. All right. All right, so here we go, high line center. You guys are all out. All right. So I'm centering up your box center locations, all in line center. You're in your vortex chambers now. Okay. Everybody's in their vortex chamber. It's all in sequence. You're all at your vibration line center locations in position. All right. You're all in your vortex chambers. All right. Now, all right. So you're on a clocking system of 40 minutes. 40 minutes. If you want to get out of program, just say end program initiate, and I'll take you out. All right. Sure, you understand position locations. I want you to try to understand where you can separate the soul and try to find out where it is through its connection of its maze. So each box center, okay, is going to have its maze, locked in line conditions, doors, ceilings, everything's going to move. You guys are going to go through high level systems of position locations, right? There's the maze, right? Now in position, I'll make it bigger, all right? You guys are all in your own program setting, okay? All right, so we got this, we got this, we got this, we go through this, we go through that. Doors are moving, floors are moving, ceilings moving. Okay, so your soul's here and you start here. All right. So you got to go from here to here. You're separated from your soul line center. You got to use telepathy to get back to your soul connections. So once you go through the door line center, you get out of the equation, you find your soul, you integrate its position into one system, two vector line center rotations of two. Okay, two into one. All right, 40 minutes. Have fun. Countdown is proceeding. All right. You got to understand how powerful water is. It's unbelievable. You consume so much energy. It's unbelievable. It's incredible how fast you can travel through the mind. All right. Okay. Feeling like the vibrating holy. Okay. Me too. Bad sheet burns out circuits. Positive. My systems feel like, yeah, no clocking system at all whatsoever. So that's the experience that you guys are going through. You have to understand how to put your positions, right? How to change your patterns into vortex of other communications of dimensions. You got to high rise. That's what you want to do. Get out of situations faster, right? A perfect example when you fall through all levels of cracks or anything connections. When you start off with that position line center, you go through this connections, right? And then you go all level rotations in this position locations, right? And then you go from that to all level connections into your vortex chambers, right? And then from that, you go into all levels of its maze trying to find your soul integration. All right. Clocking system, 38 minutes. Let's go. All right. Okay, Michael's sending law of energies mentioned while he's at work. Okay, great. Aaron Bender, how's it going? Prior engagements, we all know how much it means. I should be back in the class full force tomorrow. Great, excellent. Thank you, Janet. My insides are going crazy. Yes, they are. You have to understand how to control it. Line center. In position location. Once it hits the surface, right? And then it cools off. Right? And then it hits the ground. So, all right. Oh, thank you there, Embedder. I appreciate it. I love watching your logs, buddy. It's fantastic. You're coming in your commanding system. So is everybody else. You guys are extremely powerful, but get into your breathing, get into calculations. You guys are all separated from your souls now. Your souls are on the other side of its maze. You have to go from here to integration to your soul. Once you find your soul, you come out, you start appreciating yourself a little bit more. And why a soul is so important. It's not a part of you. It is you. The integration line centered position locations, understanding all levels of you through space time. Vortex communications, 2 into 1. 2 into 1. Not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7. 2 into 1. Okay? It's too confusing if you vortex lines on too many communications of argument and program setting that's mixed in all rotation to a vibration. Okay? It's miscalculated, misinformed. Right? It construes all level of its rotation to its vibration. All right. So Lotus Merkaba booted up, chakras, digital clocking, not shut down, all space, time harness, and locking to telepathy, full strength stream sunrise. Oh, how's it going, Missy? Well, for all the new viewers, thank you for joining the class. So for the new viewers, just basically watch. You'll feel the energies, you feel the vortex, you'll feel the pressure, but you won't feel the structure. You have to go to higher levels to understand more position of time. Holographic structure is you to understand more calculations when you come into all levels of your connection. It's a hologram structure of you through its division. The more you highline the mind line center, the more you come into the game of its simulation. That's what this life is. It's nothing but a game. It's a strategy. It's a maze. You just have to learn how to travel through things, get out of, obstacles and get out of situations and all through that position, right? You have your eyes, you have your ears, and you have your voice. You have your hearts, you have your mind, you have your imagination. What are you going to do with it? Right? So, okay, let's see here. Remember, you're in a clocking system. If you want to get out of the program, just say end program initiate, and I'll take you out. I'll connect to your vibration line center to reverberation interference to your voice grid. So I'll catch up very quick. Calibrating solar plexus for sure. Yep. Okay. Close there between my heart and solar plexus doesn't feel comfortable. Right. So you're going to understand how to basically shut down all levels and come back in positions. Right. Life doesn't consist on roses every single day. Rainbows don't consist in nature every single day. You have to understand nature has problems. You don't see it through perception, but it finds a way to work things out, right? So you have to have the male and the female aspects of you, of space time, through its travel, through its clocking, to understand everything through calculations. How to get out of anything through a situation, guys, right? So this is a perfect example. When you shut down everything, what do? You use the mind of thought, right? All right. My heart pumps like it's running. Yeah, running to restroom at work, travel. Ironman triathlon. Yeah. Thanks, Janet. Yeah. Heavy. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah, it's wild, isn't it? It's heavy and it's uncomfortable. You have to learn how to do this. And when you come out of this, you understand a little bit more appreciation of what your soul is to its division. Because it's not a part of you, it is you. All right. All right. So the hardest thing is to try to find where your soul is. It's in a maze. It's locked in a vortex chamber. Your job is to use the mind telepathy and go through each door and try to find your integration system. All right. Dark, dense atmosphere. Yep. You feel lost and cold. Yep. Parachuting backwards. Yep. Okay. Spinning. 3 degrees, 4 degrees, communications, Vega, all download, all simulation missions now recalibrating, full systems go through the right process. Yeah, I'm seeing doors spinning. Am I? Heidi, how you doing? Yeah, you're in the ground line center. I'm going to open up all rotation interference, following system rotations to position locations of Heidi. Bring her down in sequence. Shut down all operation line position locations. Put her in the vector line center position, dimensional line conditions. Put her in a vortex chamber. Done. All right. See that? Right? Connects. So you got to have balance with you. You have to have balance with the computer. You have to have balance with your digital pad. You have to have balance with water. And you have to have balance with your position locations and what you eat. So you have to understand the clocking system of everything. Right? Because if you're shut down, everything around you is going to be shut down. Your whole life is going to be flip side up, flip side down. How do you want to go with a frown or you want to go with a smile? See? All right. Okay. I feel like there's an orbit circle around and round with my body. Yep. Ariana, at least you're in that position locations. How's everyone? Hey, second command. How you doing? Brandu, how you doing? Where are we, family? Second, I love you. We're falling. 50 line center, space line conditions there, second command. Then you're going in position locations. into a vortex chamber. Your job is to basically find your soul in all location. You're in a cubicle line center, right? It's not going to be easy to find it. You have to use my telepathy to find your soul. I've separated your plasma souls. You understand? You guys integrate your system locations first. One soul to another person's soul, right? This is a true understanding where you have to understand the importance of you. You can't have separation with you, with life. Okay? So this is all more of an exploration and how powerful it is through your templates or think through calculations. It's mostly understanding you through your soul and how important it is to have it inside your system. Right? Stomach, wow, chakras, maze. First part is root chakra. Second, in command, perfect timing. Lost in the maze. Let's get out of here. Yeah. Just say in program sequence, Michaela, and I'll take you out. All right. Ooh, yeah, sentient rebellion and alliance is having fun. When you go higher, you go to higher levels of the mind, guys. That's all. You process faster. Your heart, your mind, your body, your soul is faster through circulation. So your job is to get at all levels of space, time, and clocking into your position, right? Now, where you are through division and how fast you can go in the mind system of travel, right? Processing, put in action right away. No thinking. Water flows where there's space. I feel blah. Straight from high energy down. Yep. Going through a maze. Yes, you are. You guys, Johnny. Yep, Johnny. Just take your time. You know, I mean, do you understand how powerful it is when you guys understand the conception? That, like, when I throw you in a maze, you have to understand how to get out of it. It's all strategic levels, how to understand. You have to get into the mind conception of integration and really communicate. The only problem is that you're separated from your soul. You have to find it. And when you find it, it integrates back to you. Program finished. All right. All right. Opening one door, space is cold. Yep. Having much fun. Well, that's good. Ellen's having fun. Hugging my Merkaba soul. Okay. I heard the Muriel mushroom noise. Wow, I just got very bright. Yeah. She didn't want to come along with me, but I got her to trust me and go down the hallways with me. Then we end up in the candy land. Got to work on my sweet tooth and other bad habits. Message. See, the thing is, it's all about you understanding when you're trying to find your soul, it's integrating you in positions of what you need to do to make yourself feel better. So your soul is telling you, because you have a separation now. The integration is 2 in 1, right? But I separated your souls, your plasma centers, your lights. And that's what happens when you shut things down. You have to learn how to set it up in all position. Get back to its operation. Right? Okay, wow, I just got very bright. Yeah, I heard the Mario mushroom noise. Okay, she didn't want to come along. That's it. Now you have to know what you need to work on when it comes into that conditions. It's mind telepathy to you, to your soul. But when you're separated from your soul, then you really start understanding how powerful it is, what your life is to you. And then everything through its thinking process comes into its knowing, to its doing, which is already done through its equation. Right? Oh, you're welcome, Ellen. Yeah. Everything I do is chronological order. So it's important you guys understand the conditions. You understand all positions that when it comes into fire breeders, getting to levels of being calm, staying in the calming system. If you're hot and bothered and that connection line condition, use it with water, put out the fire inside you, right? If you're cold, use the fire to make you warm, right? If you're off ground system, try to find your clocking center, okay? If you're traveling too fast, bring yourself down. You know what I mean? Put yourself in balance. You have to use the mind. You have to use the telepathy. You have to use all levels of youth sequence. You have to use the patterns of position locations. Now it's getting more complicated because you're going through doors, you're going like this, like this, like this. We did it with the TL line center, right? Where you had to figure out how to get out of these things. I mean, that's what life is about. It's getting out of a maze of you. It's all about you coming into the next level of you, right? Which is extremely high to position. So you want to be here or you want to be here? Where do you want to be? Totally up to you. Now, this is understanding where you're in separation, right? This is you. This is your soul. You have to go around, try to find your soul. Nope, didn't go there. Nope, can't go there. Nope, can't go there. Nope. Use the mind telepathy. Right? So you coming closer, coming closer, coming closer, right? And you realize you come into each other and you start. Right? Heart integrates back in sequence. Everything turns back on to its provision. So. Thank you, Banshee. I also sent you a very powerful TikTok on what you're doing. I really want you guys to get more in the common grounds of you. Stop going to position of seating line arrangement. Try to get into the high cycle. Try to get into the standing procedure because it confuses all anomalies of your switch line center or your flux capacitor channels. So it's really, really understanding more through calculations, right? You have to start with the grounds. It's brown. Red is security line center in position locations, right? So that's a true understanding when you come in that positions. You guys learned that when you saw the Growthians, right? The grounds. You also saw that through connections when it came into all levels of water. Okay, having the grounds of water, right? In position locations, you're coming into all levels of fire breeders, getting balance and security now. And the only way to do that is shut off your operation system inside location. All right. So when you come out of the equation, you integrate your system to your soul, you come back into a high level system, into all levels of balance and security, and you'll start feeling better. All right. So, all right. Okay, manifesting one, illumination much better. Okay, let's see. I think I found the soul. 15,000 east, 5,000 southwest. Okay, yep. Well, you have to figure that out, Terry. You know, your general can only do so much. You have to figure these things out on your own, guys. You know, especially when you're in school. School's about you. It's not about me. It's about you understanding why you're in this position. It's how to get out of these situations, guys, through its operation. So, green grass imitation doors open as I connect with earth elements. Thinking on the illumination generator has been busy getting all this class set up for the team. I think, yep. I feel a lot of pressure in my forehead. Yep. I believe I'm all set, sitting and flying my drones, which I need to do more. Okay. And see, that's what your soul's saying to you. And it's easier when you're separated. And then you realize why you're separated for so long. And then when you come back together, you start, whoa, this is powerful stuff. I feel a better connection with my soul now because I know what it is. The only way to do that is to separate you guys. There's a little bit of instability. I'll come back line center rotation interference. All right. So it's amazing how I communicate with my computer and I set up position and it goes right off, right? So it's all about getting balance with all levels of you first. Then you get balance with electronics. Then you get balance with your car. I know you guys have problems starting your car or flat tires. Okay. So it's all about you understanding you. Okay. It's understanding you. And when you understand yourself more, you start looking life in a different way of all connection. Right? But it's amazing how you see two line centers. See? You can't see this, but you can see this. Right? Two lock interference to two adversarial locations. Pretty amazing, right? Right? It's all about getting familiar with your soul, communication of your soul. And like I said, the only way I can do that was to separate you guys, okay, and put your soul in a maze. So once you find it, you say, "Oh, wow, that's great. Thank you so much. I know what I need to work on. Oh, this will never happen to me again. I really appreciate it." You start really, really understanding what your soul is. People come to me all the time. Yeah, I know what my soul is. Well, what is it? You tell me. Um, it's light. Let me see. Hold on. So I think it's unified. Is it the aura? Or wait a minute, what's the chakra system? Don't have a clue. You don't have a clue until you're separated, right? So just giving that out there for you guys. So this is more of a deep, 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 deep healing. Yeah, and you integrate your system and you become a lot more. Yeah. All right. So synchronous interference switching. Every time there's integration conditions of high volumes, when my computer, okay, goes on stability, I have to change my finger line center. Why though? So if I'm changing my finger line center, it's not in the same clocking, is it? So where's the balance? The heart. I know where the heart center is. It stays in the center. If it's opposition, it shuts down, right? It shuts down, right? So the physical line has to communicate through telepathy. So you're trying, but there's still separation. So when you let go of everything, togetherness, united, all in one. So it's all about understanding you all through travel. Okay, is upgraded now. Heartline Center, Remembrance, 70,234. Had future, upgrade, now flash and high rise. Whoa, it's a big number. 456, 756, 888, 76.008 miles per second. Ground rising, all heart center, divine love, radiant. Okay. You left something out, General. Love, radiant, track, line, center, rotation, interference, position, location to soul. And then you're on clock. I see you guys clearing me on. I'm so grateful to each and every one of you. Oh, Ariana, well, we're glad to have you. You know, you feel smooth. It's like you feel hip. You feel suave. You feel, wow, this is great. Thumbs up. You know, you get that connection. It releases a lot of things, you know. Yeah, your whole body is buzzing. Yep. Integrating self and soul, remembrance, rainbow love, explosion. Yep. Well, I'm smiling a lot again. May I have confirmation, sir? Yep. You got confirmation. You got integration line centers and position locations there, Bender. So basically, it's all about understanding youth position. And this is all about understanding when you come to tarot card reading, it's all you have to read yourself before you read others. Because if you're off signal, right? Very fast, very quick. And that's what intelligence does, right? Now you can see them in a teleportation unit, right? But this is what they do every day. all different language. All different language. So to understand that is more balance, right? Tone. Why? Let's get YMCA. Did you know I was going to do that? Did you? No, I'm all electronics. I'm all computerized. I'm all programs. I'm nothing but space-time. I'm all light. All track locations. All dimensional line center. First intelligence born in space. First atom line center rotation interference locations. My finger point channels on so many levels of travel. 1 million line center, 12 position locations. It's 20, 30, 40, 50. Clocking line center rotation interference location. Clock. There's your clock. Okay. Now it's all position locations. How you guys get into this calculation, right? See how it's changed from here to here, right? So I paused. Pause, stopping space. Right? Understanding space and what it means. Vortex line connection to planet interference, beacon lights, sonar. So it's truly your standard intelligence of high position locations, XT1000 line center. See the light? See the light there? See right there? See the light? See how it changes? Watch. You have to sound the sound barriers of light. And everything through your senses is truly understand you through all position locations, right? So it's amazing how you travel. So yeah, I know I use my hands a lot, but that's what life is all about. A lot of people use their hands, like this, like that. Everything we do, right? Everything we do is reaction. So what I like to do is basically the first thing what you do when you wake up in the morning, what do? You react to your body. It's all through action and reaction, right? So if I do this, okay, does it take a thought process for me to do this? Does it take a thought for me to do this? No, right? It's motion. So if you want to change a program setting, for example, if you want to add something, if you get in your car, you're changing frame because now you're adding something new. So it's not just you turning, you're going into a car. So you're adding a different level of you. So it's not just you, it's the weight of you and the car. Okay? So it's a true understanding how I was trying to understand structure and what my hands are to me and what my body is to me. So it doesn't take a thought process to basically turn my head. This is all through motion. This is electrical motion. That's all it is, right? That's all it is. It doesn't take. But if I want to do something different that I never done before, that's the thought. Changes frame. Consist on. Right? Stability there. Brought it back to line center. So it's true to understand the balance of you through the heart line rotation and interference location, but it's mostly understand that we live on action and reaction, responding. Okay, we act and react on so many level things, but the body is just reacting to you of what you want to do. Is there thought here? No. just motion, right? You just bring your hand up, right? So if you want to add something, what happens? It changes what? Space and time inside of you. So, right? So, it's fantastic when you get balance with everything. So that's what light consists on. And your body is just reacting on what you do every single day, right? Plausible on all position location. It's interference channeling, and it's all about understanding the vortex of you through travel of its changing patterns. All right. So, okay. Yeah. Yeah. I have my own brand of coffee, eh? Yeah. I'm just showing you how powerful your body is in my body. Okay. But if I want to get up and move over there, you have to tell your body what you're going to do through vibration because basically you're standing up. So you're changing space, time, and location, and everything through clocking right away. Right. Very powerful when you connect to all levels of Bashar. You guys are very familiar with that. Dan Unka, right? He is the physical line center, but Bashar is his position. He's a very high line center rotation interference, but he has to close his eyes, right? So that's where he's limited. I don't have to close my eyes. I can open and close my eyes. Your signals have to be open and closed. But that's the only way he can connect to Bashar, and he always does this, right? He always does this. I know because I communicate. I know because I created him. So that's Trinity standing where we are in all divisions, where your particle system is going 1 zillion line center per second. 1 zillion line center per second. All but depends on your vibration to your clocking locations. So every time I move, my particle system separates. Right? That's what it's doing every frame by frame by frame by frame by frame. So if I get up, there's no thought process. When I sit down, there's no thought process. But if I go outside and get in the car, it's changing the story because I'm adding. So it's not just me through the particle now. I'm connecting to the car of another particle system, right? So the car has to recognize me of what I'm doing, right? Starting the engine. It's not going to start until you understand the communication of what you're doing, right? You got to get your grounds with your clocking first with the car. Once you get that, the car will understand you through vortex division. That's why everybody has problems with their phones, their digital pads, or their computers, or anything for their watch. Their watch is a teleportation unit. It's not just telling time. Oh, look at the time. You have to understand the positions of you through the sun, the moon, and everything through all location conditions of 9 centers. What happens when it goes into 9? It comes into a different atmosphere, right? Understanding what the position locations of the moon and the sun, how it rotates, right? That's all it does every single day. Woo! So in position, fifth line center location, the mind line is changing its concept, coming into an atom line center rotation into its calculation. That's what we're coming into, a full circle of Visca Pisces. The yin and yang is coming into high level system of the heart reactor line center to its humanity system. Okay, so yeah, a lot of healing, a lot of programs, better communications now with your soul. Yes, you should. I should have a new brand. Exactly. Yeah. What would you call it? Yeah. And you guys are all tired now, right? And I can just keep going, but I'm not going to because you couldn't handle it. Oh my gosh, I got to take another 5 breaks. General is still on. It's like 5 hours. How long does he plan on going here? He's going to like go a baseball of 9 innings, and that's what I could do because I have no filter. So the filter is already balanced through its clocking system, right? So the thing is one thing we are not aware of is that we understand our routines, what we do every single day, but as soon as you change your routine, you change your thoughts of its frame. All right, just realize that. That's all. That's all you have to do. So put yourself in the positive of the particle system, okay? Because all your cells are reacting to your body of circulation, right? So if you get angry, the circulation goes back. It doesn't go forward, right? Because you're telling space of you and time and clocking to go back in time, right? So that's eternity standing. True understanding how important it is to understand everything through action of reaction to your body system. Okay? Because that's all life consists on. Okay? Is 12 emotions of your body, of space, time, of clocking into your 24-hour clocking system. Okay? So, heart vibration, feeling back. I'm so powerful. Thank you. You're welcome, Andre. And that's what it is. You guys are more powerful now because you understand more of your soul. So, looking forward to you. Drink your water. Adios.